On today's episode of Oofsides, we wrap up week 1 of the NFL season. We're all wrong about Washington, and Garrett hands out his first awards of the year.
Well, you got a flag down.
Oofside. Everyone but the center. Offense.
Welcome to Oofsides, everybody. I'm your host, Matthew Steeleman. I'm here with your boy, Garrett, Jack, and first time on the show, we've got our boy, Jeg, our resident Ravens fan. Hey, guys,
rookie stripes. They're on.
I ain't gonna lie there. I ain't gonna lie there. I thought you said Raiders for a second, and I got a little scared.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Raiders don't have fans yet. They're in a new location.
True.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's really funny that I mentioned this last week, but how, we're starting out week 1 with the Rams opening up this brand new state-of-the-art season, and then they're like, look at all the people who aren't here.
Yeah, $5 billion. There's your $5 billion with no fans in it.
Yep. So, Jack, since it's your first time on here, we've done this for everybody. You are a Ravens fan, correct?
That is correct.
What are your thoughts on your team going into 2020?
I think we have a pretty strong team, not going to lie. So,
Yeah, I don't think
got
anybody's
better
doubting
from last year. We made some pretty key acquisitions in the offseason, and I think we fired off pretty strong. So, I like what I see.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that week 1 game.
Thanks for reminding me of the off-season acquisitions.
Oh, what's that, Garrett?
Campbell, fucking. I'm already balding, and we're only like a minute into this thing.
Yeah. It's like what I was saying, or actually, I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I think the Ravens are going to be pretty fucking good. It's just a matter of getting over the hump. I don't think they're going to lose in the first round 3 years in a row. So,
I hope they do. I want to see Jake crying.
I think that everybody, when we did our playoff predictions, that we had them and the Chiefs circled for the conference game. So
I mean, that was like that last year too, and obviously that didn't happen.
Somebody else.
I just hope we can go further.
Yeah, I think the tandem of Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh. I always get them confused.
Yeah, John Harbaugh.
I always forget which one's which.
Yeah,
I think that's just too good of a
Harbaugh.
duo. That's just going to continue to get better, and I don't think they're going to continue to have playoff utility.
Oh yeah, and the way they restructured the offense around Lamar in his 2 years here, I think it's going great so far. It can only get better, I hope.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll get to this game later in the show, but when I was watching the Steelers Giants game, and they were talking about one of their receivers, and they mentioned, he's like, oh yeah, it could be the new Antonio Brown. And then I realized there were 3 episodes in and we haven't mentioned Antonio Brown once. So, which I thought was kind of funny. And it makes me kind of bummed that we started this podcast this year rather than last year.
the thing is, Antonio Brown hasn't done anything crazy yet.
Yeah. He's been quiet for a few months. Somebody needs to check up on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a wellness check.
Scared.
Doesn't he have a suspension even if he does get back on a team?
Yes,
I think so, yeah.
he does.
All right.
Because of all the stuff he's been through last year.
Yeah. I wish we had more to talk about Antonio Brown, because last year it was the gift that kept him.
No, we're going to have to do a little bit of research.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's just posts on Twitter, no more white women 2020.
Like, nothing still has CTE.
And he also started rapping.
Did he really?
Very good.
Did he?
Yeah. It is not good.
What is it with controversial Steelers players and rapping? Because Le'Veon Bell had a pretty bad rap career for a little bit too.
And then I think he didn't he get traded to the Jets, right?
Yeah, I think he
He
either got waived by the Steelers because wasn't he injured?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
Le'Veon Bell got
out.
traded to the Jets.
Oh yeah,
All right,
that is
we're still talking about Antonio Brown for a second.
That is a punishment for
I felt like
making that awful album.
I felt like he got
Whatever.
waived for some reason, but I don't know why.
He might have got waived. Let me
Because
check.
he signed a contract with.
Yeah, no, he signed a contract. It's just he went
he
on
was
a holdout.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't
sat
remember if
out
he was
a
a
whole
free
year.
agent or if he got traded, though.
Oh yeah.
Do some research on this real quick.
We're very well.
He's the
Well
only
learned
positive
here,
thing on the Jets currently.
Yeah. He was a free agent, and the Steelers let him go, and he signed with the Jets.
I figured because they had some issues with him.
Uh,
Steelers players. That
I
sounds
mean,
about right. Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get right into the game reviews from last week because we had some humdingers. Starting with a game that I think pretty much everybody was able to predict pretty easily. The Chiefs basically embarrassed the Texans 34-20. What do you guys think of that game?
It was surprisingly close.
I think that the fact it was that close.
I
Close as
honestly
in
expected
touchdown.
Mahomes to go 350 yards with like 3 touchdowns, but
Well, you got
know.
the 3 touchdowns part right.
yeah, it's true.
How about the rookie though of Clyde Edwards-Helaire? He had a
Yeah.
freaking great game in his debut.
Yeah.
That was extremely unexpected, not going to lie.
He was
I didn't
fun
think he'd
to
have
watch.
as much of an impact on the offense to begin with.
Do we
they
think
have
that
a-
or David Johnson scoring the first touchdown of the year to be
Oh, that was
more
hilarious
unexpected?
though.
And Twitter goes wild trying
Yeah.
to credit head coach of the Texans.
Bill
Oh,
That's
O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, yeah.
Oh, Bill O'Brien
Uh,
never changed.
that was
You gotta love
Yeah,
Bill O'Brien.
it was decently tight at the beginning, and it was like, hey, we might have a game, and then the Texans missed that field goal, and then I was like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make a pick for this game because I would have thought the Texans would have made it a little bit closer than they did, but
Yeah,
overall it wasn't
yeah,
bad.
definitely. So
Yeah.
the score is a little bit deceiving. It was kind of more one-sided than
Yeah.
34-20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
don't think
same
it's
old-
funny because sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's the same old Texans offensive line.
Yeah,
Not good.
yeah, I don't think
Thanks.
Deshaun Watson was pretty pumped about having his best weapon traded away for nothing
Oh, and
pretty
that
much in the
too, yeah.
offseason. Even if David Johnson turns out all right, like still a terrible trade. So
It's an atrocious trade, really.
yeah.
Hey, but they got Randall
Um,
Cobb out of it.
Yeah. So he's like budget. Fucking DeAndre Hopkins. So
Yeah.
yep. So that was a game that anybody really could have predicted, to be honest. And it's funny because like the Chiefs and Texans, they're two of like the best up and coming teams. It's probably going to be a rivalry, but it's also one of the most one-sided rivalries. Like
Yeah.
all
At
the
least as
ads
of right
hyping it up to where it was like, oh, who's going to do better? Is it going to be Mahomes or Watson? And it's like the Chiefs are going to fucking stomp them. So, speaking of stomping, kicking off Sunday, the Bills destroyed the Jets, much to my
Well-
chagrin, because now I don't have to get to buy Jack a table for him to throw himself through.
Well,
Well,
I'm gonna put a little input here because
I-
I talked about, I thought it was either the first podcast episode we did about how good Tyler Bass was going to be, and he missed a couple field goals in that game that could have gave him a
Yeah.
bigger cushion.
he missed 2 field goals. And he cut it really close on some of the extra points. And
Honestly, that game shouldn't have been
And-
27-17. It should have been
the
Oh,
Bills
no,
11.
should
it-
have. The Bills
Jets
should have
made it-
gone
the Jets made it
almost
so much
40
closer at
points,
the end.
probably.
The score
thing-
is very deceiving. It was not a 10-point game.
The thing
No.
is, fucking our offensive fucking coordinator Brian DeBull is a goddamn mongoloid. In the first half or in the first quarter, he made Josh Allen run 10 fucking times, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
very smart and won't injure him at all. And he fumbled it twice because he was getting fucking nailed. I hate him, and I don't know why we keep him. But here we are, and he's the one thing that's holding back our offense. And also, Josh Allen had a 300-yard game, and people are still calling him trash.
Yeah.
He is the
there
most
was a-
disrespected fucking quarterback in this league. God damn it!
Oh, he is.
Yeah, there was
But
a
it's
thing
like-
I
I
saw
am
on
mad
Twitter
about that.
that it was like the little analytics that the NFL does, and it was comparing like all the throws he completed to Pat Mahomes, and they were almost identical. And it was like, oh yeah, but he missed one throw in the end zone, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh, he sucks.
Yeah, it's
Oh, he overthrows his wide receivers all the time.
yeah.
Not
There was,
good.
like-
He's a
There was like 2 throws I think were really bad, which was the end zone one, and there was this kind of weird one where I think he misread the route and he kind of just like lobbed it fucking in midfield. But
Yeah.
it was a weird one.
It's like
Hey,
I was
at least
saying,
we don't have Sam Darnold. That's positive. Sam
Yeah.
Darnold does not look
At least
good.
he didn't draft
Granted,
Sam Darnold.
it's the Jets, but
It bums me out so much that Sam Darnold is stuck with such a bad team. Because if you watch his post-game interviews, he's such a great leader.
he
Like,
is.
but he just has no talent around him, dude.
He's got no
Like,
offensive
I
line.
know Sam Darnold can be good. It's just like
He
put him
doesn't have
behind
any
like
weapons
6
to throw
traffic
to.
cones, and they're like, "You got this."
He has Le'Veon Bell
Who was
and
hurt?
yeah,
Frank Gore.
I guess. Oh,
Frank Gore, their leading
Oh, that's
rusher.
right.
and also probably whatever defensive player he throws an interception to, but
Yeah. Well, we say Le'Veon Bell, but I've got it open on here somewhere. I believe Le'Veon Bell is now on injured reserve.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be for 3 weeks, from what I read.
Wow,
They
I
hope
had
to
the
have him
tweet
back
open and now
somewhat
it's gone. Yeah. So
So that leaves
basically
the Jets with.
50% of the talent that the Jets have is now gone.
that's
Hey, they have Frank
unfortunate.
Gore that they have to work with now.
Yeah. Old man Gore.
Ageless wonder.
True.
That's the best part is it's like old man Gore, and it's like he's like 36.
Yeah. Man.
So-
I see why Garrett likes Tyler Bass now, by the way.
Oh yeah, that should be pretty obvious if you look at
I
some
didn't
of his
know.
background. The same reason
now
I like
it's
Young
obvious.
Goku.
Shall we move on to the next game?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
All right. Vikings Packers. This was one that I don't really think we could have picked. I didn't get to watch any of this game, and Jesse's not here yet, so we might have to come back to this one because he probably has some very strong things to say about it.
Oh yeah,
But-
he probably watched the whole thing in pain.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Packers predictably win 43.
Choo choo.
That's
Choo
good. Hang on, there's
choo.
going to be a second one.
Wait. Oh. Choo choo. Let's fucking go.
Packers win predictably 43-34. Son of a bitch!
Choo.
I was going to edit that out, but then it happened a third time. I might just have to leave it in there. The Packers win 43-34 predictably, even though Jesse and I both said Vikings. So
I don't know. I saw a little bit of
And
everything,
that was
not gonna
another game
lie.
too because the Packers ran over the Vikings for much of that game. The
And they
Vikings,
did.
they scored
But
a
at
lot.
the very
late.
end, the Vikings made it a whole lot closer than what it was the whole time. So it may say
Yeah.
they lost by 11, but the whole time they were outmatched.
Jag's
Yeah.
trying to do math here.
I remembered watching the score updates on my phone, and I was like, oh, God. So,
Oh, hey, wait a minute. No, that's not 11. Oh, well.
That's why I said check your math, boy.
Yeah, well,
numbers.
Okay.
Math.
All right, shall we move
hard.
on to the next game?
Yeah. If Jesse shows up, we'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
So.
there's some strong
And
words
then
to say about that.
probably the surprise of the week that literally all of us got wrong. The Washington football team beat the Philadelphia Eagles 27-17. What the fuck happened?
I don't. Eagles happened, really. The
Yeah.
Eagles are a
Yeah, to be honest, I'm
So-
not sure.
enigma, really.
I'm gonna give
I
my
don't know how to-
dosage of weekly awards here, one for each team. I'm gonna give a cigar award to the Washington football team. Nobody expected them to win this season, and they were down 17-0. And they came back and scored 27 unanswered. They also sacked Carson Wentz 8 times.
Jesus Christ.
So
that's-
Jesus
embarrassing.
Christ.
Wow.
They
He,
lit
Did
him
they
up.
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to
And
the
then-
league, Chase Young.
And
Yeah,
then
they did 8.
they had 2 interceptions as well on top of that.
There's a
Yeah,
fumble
because
force,
I was
too.
looking at the stats here, and Dwayne Haskins was 17 for 31 and
Hey,
178
look at that.
yards, and nobody rushed for 40 yards. So I was like, how did they score 27 points?
Yeah, so
oh my
cigar
lord.
award to the defense. Now we flip over to the Eagles side. That offensive line and Carson Wentz gets the crying towel because, I mean, if you get, I think we already talked about this on the Washington side, but if you get sacked 8 times in a game, there's something wrong.
Especially to fucking Washington.
To Washington, I get, I
Well,
get
they're
it.
Chase Young, but
I
like,
get it. The last couple
Yeah.
of years, they've had a solid defense, and 2 or 3 years ago, they were in the running for the division until Smith got hurt.
Yeah.
But it's like they've
And-
had the time to work on the defensive line, and it's just gotten better and better and better, especially with the addition of Chase Young. Like, they're actually kind of scary.
I
The
was
scariest fourth place team that you could put.
Yeah, exactly.
I just realized both teams have a defensive player with the last name Sweat.
Yeah, they do.
was sweaty
That was
boy.
confusing.
Point
looking
that
at
out.
the
I thought that
stats.
was funny.
Sweat boy.
That was
you doing,
confusing looking at the stats because you didn't know which one.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Some moist boy.
I'm still in disbelief. Like my playoff predictor is literally out the window because I said Washington was going 0-16.
Yeah, me too.
Which was mostly out of spite, but
I don't. Yeah, nobody is
Goddamn.
gonna predict that one week one.
Oh, I saw
Yeah.
a picture out there. It was a picture of Carson Wentz getting sacked, and his offensive line is just standing watching him get sacked by like two players on the football team.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know who to call it.
Yeah, you can't really call them what we usually call them, but or we'll call them because it's not a very nice thing to say.
Did we just call them the teamers since they're the Washington?
Teamers. Oh,
oh jeez.
I heard
Lordy.
the Washington
The
athletic
Washington
program
Gamers.
going around.
Welcome to the show, Jesse. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's enough about the Washington game.
Yeah.
Since
Let's
Jesse's
backtrack
here,
here a
Jesse, do you
little
want
bit.
to talk about Packers Vikings at all?
Not really.
We want to hear about this.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
I mean, I wasn't able to fully watch the game, but from what I saw, we played a little bit worse than last year. We have a good running game. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at
About
stats
that?
right now. Aaron Rodgers was 32 of 24 for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That gives him the
Yeah,
passing.
Rodgers was
solid
solid.
passing
That is
thing.
insane.
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and Adams
Yeah.
also had the most receptions in a game,
Yeah.
I think, ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
and he
Devontae
also
Adams.
rushed once for 2 yards.
Oh yeah, that too.
There you go. Game
And
changing.
the thing that we've been needing to change for the past 5 years still needs fixing. That offensive line is awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. How many sacks did the Packers
We got a lot of
have?
offensive line troubles in these first couple games.
Oh, they only had 2 sacks. But all right, well,
Yeah.
to
Moving
go
on.
from one painful game to another, Ravens beat the Browns 38-6. Fuck my life.
Christ. That's all I gotta say.
Pain. That's all I have to say is pain.
I didn't watch this game, but I'm not surprised at all by the score.
Yeah.
Can someone analyze what in the world happened early in this game? Because I knew it was a bit something's happened.
I knew following the score when the Browns scored a touchdown, and then for the next couple minutes, all it said was 6 on Google. I knew
Yeah.
things were bad.
Yeah.
And
So, from the clips I saw, there were, I think, multiple interceptions from Baker.
I
think there was
one
2.
from him.
Yeah, I think there was only one.
One interception. There were at least 2 fumbles. One like a normal offensive play fumble. Then the second one, I believe they did a fake punt and fumbled it. I'm pretty sure that's the correct game.
I haven't watched anything from this game, and I really don't want to, because just pain. That's all I have to say about this
Honestly.
game is pain.
Yeah, they did lose. They did lose 2 fumbles in that game.
Oh, I think we just lost Jag. Yep.
Oh,
well.
Jake's dead.
We'll see if he comes back.
R.I.P. Jake boy.
Yeah, we'll see if things get better in the future for in later games, but same shit as always. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
do think Baker was good at all.
His stat line's not hot. 21 out of 39, 189 yards and a touchdown and a pick.
Yeah, it's not the greatest for a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah, the tweet I loved about this game was the ratio of Baker Mayfield's commercials to how good he is in playoff.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
Jag, do you have anything to say about this game?
well, there was a Jegnet scenario there. I didn't see any of the game
Yeah.
because I'm not in the location anymore, but we played a pretty good game from what I heard. Very powerful offense.
Well, obviously, you won by
But he was-
32.
oh, yeah, we won the
Yeah.
game. We killed him. It was
Yeah.
38-6.
I
I
say,
mean,
Yeah, it was not very
it
close.
says it
yeah,
itself.
it was a pretty good game as you win
Yeah.
by 32 points.
Yeah, he had an all right game. Threw for 275 yards and 3 touchdowns.
The Ravens
It's
playing,
okay.
yeah, the
He
Ravens
also
fans
ran
are
for
just,
45.
Wait a
Just-
minute. Okay,
just slowly clapping. Like, yeah. That's
so I know
what
we're on
we're
the topic of the Ravens game. Can we go back a game real quick to the Vikings Packers?
Okay.
There was an early game safety, and it was
Oh
scored.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, scoregami.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about the scoregami. I have this tweet open, too.
Fuck yeah.
And between the two teams, 75 points. Jesus.
No, 77.
77. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt.
Man, you guys'
Numbers.
math is off this week.
Yeah, welcome to
Hey,
Oofsides. We're bad at math today.
Math is hard. Yeah.
I'm mediocre at it.
I'm trying to remember we're on like a streak of week 1 scoregamis, I think.
Yeah.
So
Week 1's always a weird week where we either have a tie or scoregami,
yeah.
like every year.
Or
Or
both.
some major upset like Washington over Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Or
Well, it is week 1.
Jaguars.
Yeah, I was gonna say alley oop
Which
in
we'll
that
get to.
whole
Yeah.
upset thing. Somehow the Jaguars beat the Colts 27-20.
And I don't know
Yeah.
how. I don't get
And
it.
Jesse was the only fucking person to pick the Jaguars. And we all laughed at him. And
It was a
then
complete.
Gardner Minshew threw 3 touchdowns.
Minshew
I
mania.
will also say,
My
I
goodness.
did say I wanted them to win, but I said it was highly unlikely.
I also got it wrong technically. 'Cause I said they're only going to win by a field goal. They won by a last touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
And here's my second and final cigar award of the week. Goes to the Jaguars and their freaking defense that they gave away all in the offseason last 2 years.
How?
They had 2 interceptions off of Rivers by Henderson and Wingard, one of them making his NFL debut. And I mean, they basically turned both of those into touchdowns, and that's how they got
Yeah.
themselves back in the game.
Like,
And
I don't know.
Yeah, and Minshew had only 20 passes in the game, but he completed 19 of them.
That's insane.
Gardner Minshew had more touchdowns than incompletions.
God damn.
So,
He's just
but
flexing
yeah,
the stash.
I don't know if it was more the Jags played good with a bad team or the Colts just played bad.
I'm gonna be honest though.
The Colts just
Yeah,
played
At the
bad.
beginning of the game, the Colts were running over the Jaguars defense. They threw the ball into the running back and they just ran 10 yards every play. And then they made some mistakes early in the game, the Colts did, on 4th downs, trying to go for it and didn't make it. I mean, and Rivers threw for a good bit of yardage too.
Yeah,
And
he
he
threw
had
for
2 touchdowns.
360 yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown.
So he
Yeah.
played a decent game. It's just those 2 mistakes really cost him the game.
It sounds like a typical Rivers game, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know, but
And it-
he threw
Looking
for
at the
46
box-
times.
yeah, that too. Yeah, I was going to mention that too. That's a lot of pass attempts.
Well, I think I know why though, because Marlon Mack went down with that injury,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
ending injury.
Yep. And Tom Pelissero actually tweeted 2 days ago that the Colts fear that he tore his Achilles. So
That's unfortunate.
could throw a whole wrench into this team that I predicted to be a wild card team this year. But we will see.
And
Um,
second year season-ending surgery, so that's it out of Marlon Mack. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing that kind of shows what happened in this game was the Colts scored 17 points in the first half and then basically were held scoreless until midway through the fourth quarter for a field goal.
most of those
So
key turnovers.
either the Jaguars adapted or something happened to the Colts. But
I think the Jaguars adapted in that game.
yeah, kudos to the Jags. So
Yeah.
What do you think of your rookie running back, James Robinson, Garrett?
He had a phenomenal week 1. I'll tell you what. He was the 4th string running back. We gave away Fournette, obviously. Second dude, Armstead, got COVID. And then the third dude on our list, I don't even remember what he had, but he was marked out for the first game. And then we had an undrafted rookie that comes in and he
From Illinois
freaking-
State.
freaking hurdling over dudes on that.
He hurdled a man.
I mean, he was embarrassing the Colts defense there early in the game when they finally got rolling. But anyway, I think that wraps up the Jags game. That was quite the upset.
Like I was saying, I don't think Gardner Minshew knows that the Jaguars are supposed to be bad. And to quote myself from week 1, that he is going to drag this team kicking and screaming to like 5 wins. And there's one.
There's
That's
one
the
of
first
them.
one. Yeah.
A game that I don't. Yeah, a game that I don't think anybody predicted to be this high scoring or good of a game. The Raiders beat the Panthers 34-30.
Yeah.
Really
that was
good
a great
game.
game.
That was a great game. Yeah.
Yeah. Derek Carr, 22 for 30 for 239
Hey.
yards and a touchdown.
Josh
Jacobs ran
That's
for
the big
3
one.
touchdowns. Jack, give him to me so I can have some talent on the Washington football team.
Hey, we're not supposed to
You-
talk about fucking
Damn, you almost made
football,
30
you
minutes.
I'm
know, Lord.
fucking mad.
Mauled,
But
mauled yourself to sleep about it.
man, I don't know how they did it, but Las Vegas won
Yeah,
its football game.
Yeah.
there were a lot of lead
first game.
changes late in that game too.
Oh no, there were
Bridgewater
a lot of
played
lead
really
changes
well.
throughout the entire game.
Yeah, they went
Yeah.
back and forth in that
Just a
game.
dogfight.
They're very equal teams.
Oh, exactly.
Their
and that's what I
rushing
said
stats are great.
earlier.
Actually, if you look at their stats, they're really good because Carr threw 22 out of 30 for 239 yards. Bridgewater threw 22 out of 34 for 270 yards, both threw a touchdown. Their leading rushers, Jacobs had 25 carries for 93 yards, and then you had McCaffrey had 23 carries for 96 yards.
Shit.
So
Yeah.
these teams, like in the stat sheet, were nearly identical, and the game went back and forth a ton in the
And-
second half.
You got
dude.
Robbie Anderson, 115 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Got a 75-yard touchdown catch, Robbie Anderson, in the third quarter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was the
no,
one that
fourth.
gave him the lead. Oh, no, fourth quarter, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what gave him the
Initially
lead.
lead.
Raiders came back, took the lead away, and held on to it. So impressive.
Yeah. It was a game that all of us were having trouble predicting last week, and we were like, oh, this would be like 20-17. It ended up being a shootout. So that was good. Even though the Panthers lost, Bridgewater looked really good. So
Oh yeah, like that's a loss where you still feel good about it. I think
oh
that's-
yeah.
Yeah, because your whole team played well for the most part.
Mhm.
There wasn't a lot of mistakes. It was clean football. There wasn't a lot of penalties, so it's nothing to really hang your head about. It was a good game.
The only concerning thing about the Panthers was no sacks on the day.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, no, that is concerning.
Now, if you want to talk about a team that the loss probably really hurts, Detroit.
I swear I wish we had Noah.
How do
so
you-
much for my tie prediction.
Like, how do you let the Chicago Bears go score 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter?
Mitch Trubisky,
What?
dude.
And then, of course, the
He's back,
rookie
you know.
And the
That was
fact
the quarterback
Yep.
drafted before
drops the
Mahomes.
pass.
The
Yep.
fact that DeAndre Swift dropped the game-winning touchdown.
Oh,
The most
That is
Lions thing about it is the fact that Jamie Collins got ejected for headbutting a ref.
Yeah, that's true. That was so fucking stupid.
just
Oh,
man.
That was my
this
lord.
is the most It's so hilarious to me to see that and see how undisciplined the Lions are when it's like you're coached by a Belichick disciple.
Yeah. Oh my god. I really wish I could watch all their games because it is a pain fest.
The Lions are just the
fans.
gifts on giving.
No, you just need to turn it on in the fourth quarter and watch it all fade away.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no,
they had
usually
it wrapped
it's
up
the
until the
other
fourth
rounds.
quarter.
Most times it's the Detroit coming back, but nope.
Yeah.
And then choking it away.
Swift, oh my God, he had it. It was in his hands in the end zone, and then when he
Yeah,
brought it
that
back
is-
towards his body, it just slipped out, and
Hands
that's
of fucking
embarrassing.
Frick.
Yeah,
How
brutal.
did they let
Well-
Mitch Trubisky throw 3 touchdowns?
I don't know.
Nothing like George
I don't
Gordon
know.
having a rough week one.
honestly, and AP looked pretty good. For
So
60.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was saying though, this is playing into my prediction before the season that Nick Foles is going to come in later this season and continue this momentum. So this is already one win. Trubisky's going to win like 7 or 8 games. He's going to get hurt, and then Nick Foles is going to come off the bench and lead him to a Super Bowl. Calling it now.
No, I will not accept this.
7 or 8 games.
Any other team other than Chicago, I'll take it.
They'll defeat the Vikings in the first round.
Yeah, unless they run into the Saints in the playoffs, because Drew Brees is the only person to ever beat Nick Foles in the playoffs. Bears are winning the Super Bowl. Just calling it now. So,
Jesus Christ.
There was that stat too that was the Bears or the Lions fired. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on their last coach's name? The guy who looked like an Easter Island head.
I don't know. Who gives a shit about the Lions?
Anyway, he went 9-7. They fired him, and since then, they've gone like 9-27.
If you're a fan of the fucking Lions, why do you even watch football?
I mean, I'm also kind of in that category because the Lions are my.
Well, you hate yourself, so.
I feel bad for the Lions. That's why I want them to be successful, and I like
laughing at them.
That's how
I like
usually
Stafford, but I'm the same thing. I'm like, man, I feel bad for them, but I also like laughing at them because it's just like, Jesus Christ, how much worse can it get?
Stafford needs to get out of there.
I want Matt Stafford free.
He's gonna do the Rivers thing, or he's gonna
free
be
Matt
late.
Stafford.
He's gonna be like fucking 40, and he'll finally get out of fucking Detroit.
Yeah,
But he'll go to like Vegas or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So Bears win week 1. All of us got it wrong because 4 of us predicted the Lions, and I said a tie. Also thought it was funny that I was like, "Oh, you ready for 6-3?" and it was 27-23.
Yeah.
Next up, a game that I think everybody could have predicted. The Seahawks beat the Falcons 38-25. Really was not that close. Outside of a late
they had
comeback
a weapon
attempt
though in that game that I don't think most people expected.
Yep.
Chris Carson.
Oh, I was gonna say Young Wei Koo.
That
but...
for the Falcons it is, but for the Seahawks.
How is Young Wei Koo so fucking good at onside kicks? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Georgia Southern somehow keeps trying to bring out these kickers to the NFL. I don't know how they do it, man.
Matt Ryan threw the ball 54 times for 450 yards, and they still lost by 13.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Falcons.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this about the Falcons. So, not all is bad, because they did lose, but at least their uniforms looked really ugly.
That, sure.
And so, one thing the Seahawks game had, not only did they have a 4th down conversion, it was a touchdown.
Hell
yeah. Dude, Russell Wilson balled the fuck out. 31 out of 35, 322 yards and 4 touchdowns. Basically, he had the same number of touchdowns as incompletions, which is a little bit worse than Gardner Minshew, but still.
Yeah. The GOAT, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
make him MVP.
No, we need to have him the boat. We need
Russ balled out, but Matt Ryan did the usual Matt Ryan and threw for almost 500 yards.
Yeah, and then have his defense.
And they lost by double digits.
Yeah.
Gotta love the Falcons defense.
I guess he's got to throw for 800 next time. You know?
It's the most NFC South thing to do, is to throw for that many yards and still lose by 13.
Holy shit. Julio Jones had 9 catches for 157 yards. Calvin Ridley had 9 receptions for 130.
Oh
Russell Gage had 9 for 114. How did they lose? How do you lose by double digits when you put up numbers like that?
Wow.
Jesus. I watched this game and I'm still confused.
Yeah, Louis, all the stats are better.
They must have not been able to convert those into like actual points.
Yeah, and the only pick that Matt Ryan threw was a garbage time Hail Mary when they were down 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
It makes no sense.
I am not believing that.
Yeah, that's...
the Falcons are the definition of insanity.
Very true.
They're just... Pardon My Take had a really good quote about them where they're like, the Falcons are the best shitty football team. Like, they're really good at losing.
They're really good at going like 7-9.
Yeah.
After that Super Bowl win, they haven't recovered.
I'm so glad I'm not.
You
a
mean
Falcons
Super
fan.
Bowl win?
Sorry,
Sure.
lost.
Yeah,
You mean the choke? Yeah.
you're about a
Yeah.
quarter early.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Oh my god. Sometimes I think I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of unjustified in not really liking the Falcons, and I'm like, nah, it's
Yeah,
fun to make fun of them.
that is true.
So,
It's very funny.
speaking of teams we don't like, the Patriots beat the Dolphins 21-11. How did the Dolphins? Wait, why did the Dolphins? Did they go for 2 at the end? I'm trying to figure out how they scored 11.
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure Ryan's fake.
Yeah, they went because they made it 14-11, so they would have been able to tie it with a field goal, but then
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, why would you go for 2 if you're down 11? Yeah, okay. That makes
Doesn't
sense.
matter. The Dolphins will get him back.
Yeah.
When
I'm not sure how I feel about Cam in New England. I don't know because he didn't do much passing, which is
Yeah, he threw 15 out of 19 for 155 yards.
Jesus.
He
But
ran for 75.
and ran for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he had a terrible game. He did his job, but I mean, there's still a lot of question marks. I mean, you're gonna when they walk up in the next couple weeks to some of the people they got to face. Like they face the Seahawks next week, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, so it's like when you're only putting up those numbers against the Dolphins. Yeah.
We don't know how much of that is teething troubles, like week 1 in a new system, and how much is, is this team actually going to be good? Because Bill Belichick is the best at being prepared for week 1, and you think he'd want to bury one of his division rivals week 1.
Oh yeah.
So
No.
No, there was a point there like when Miami got that touchdown, then 2-point. I was like, oh, they might actually come back and tie this up.
yeah,
Usually, you don't think that with the Miami New England game.
In New England.
Yeah, in
Mhm.
New England,
I was looking at the stats and I was like, oh, Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was 20 for 30, 191 yards. That's not terrible. Oh, 3 interceptions.
yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. Yeah, the Fitzmagic's running out, you guys. It's the Fitzmagic cycle.
Nah, it usually kicks in later in the season anyway.
Yeah. He has a solid year, and they're like, oh, yeah, I should say solid year coming off the bench, and they're like, oh, we should make him the full-time starter, and then this happens.
Honestly,
It's like
some-
clockwork.
Yep. All right, another game that a lot of us, or no, not a lot of us, 2 of us picked wrong. The Chargers beat the Bengals 16-13 in
Oh, that was
Joe
so
Burrow's
sad.
debut.
man, oh
The
my
Bengals
goodness.
should have won that one.
Dude, they
Joe-
should have won that. Joe Burrow looked like a veteran that last drive.
Granted, it's against the
Dude,
Chargers.
that touchdown run he had was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that too. Man, Burrow looked good.
It's like
Too
just
bad he's
maturity.
Cincinnati.
He looked
Cincinnati's
like a
kind
rookie
of
quarterback.
Yeah,
good.
if there's anything that me being a Bengals fan for a while should teach you is never, ever, ever, ever get your hopes up or put any faith in the Bengals.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
even touch the Bengals with
Like,
like
it's just like, all right, we're doing this game-winning drive, and AJ Green gets the pass interference on him, and then Bullock just
Good old
his leg.
I don't think there
Good-
were any,
good
With that
old
Randy
fat
Bullock, it's an easy
Randy.
field-
were there any interceptions in that game? I don't remember there being.
Burrow threw 1. That was
I
it.
threw one.
Yeah, I think he threw a tip one though. If I remember correctly.
The best part about this was Fat Randy missed the field goal and then immediately
Oh.
grabbed his right calf, and then in his post-game interview said his left calf hurt.
He's a soccer player.
They're
at
like,
heart.
No.
There's a great clip. I think I posted it in USRL server of Pardon My Take talking about Fat Randy. And they were like, I love when an athlete fucks up and then immediately fakes an injury.
oh no.
I think
So-
the fact that he got the wrong body part in the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it might have just been a slip of the tongue. But,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
the way
I
he
really-
grabs it, just his calf, like the front, like, oh, my shin. Like, it makes you think that he immediately knew he fucked up. He's like, all right, got to play this off cool. So, hopefully he's not hurt. But probably for his own sake, he's probably hoping he's actually hurt.
Oh my god.
If he isn't, it's not going to be good.
And Tyrod barely threw for 50%.
Yeah, a very Tyrod Taylor stat line: 16 out of 30 for 208 yards.
Fuck.
No
not
touchdown.
gonna fuck up, but he's not gonna do much.
That's why you should
So-
put in
I don't
Justin
even know
Herbert.
who these
Don't put in Herbert
these-
yet because they don't want to murder him.
Yeah,
these Chargers rushing stats. Who even are these people?
I know Austin Eckler, but that's it.
Yeah.
So
Joshua Kelly had the only
Oh
touchdown.
yeah,
Los
there's
Angeles.
a rookie out of UCLA. That running back,
Oh yeah,
Josh Kelly.
yeah, that's the
4th round pick. That's not bad.
really
he had a pretty good
concerning
debut.
thing. Is like you've got some good receiving talent on the Chargers. Mike Williams is good. Keenan Allen's good. Hunter Henry's really promising, but like Tyrod doesn't really throw it up much. So it's like, okay, you're going to be a ground team. Oh,
Exactly.
so
Unfortunately, yeah.
And you got rid of Melvin,
Oh,
the best
These
Melvin
Chargers-
out there.
yeah, I have a feeling these Chargers are going to be a lot like the 2017 Bills. They'll go like 9-7, maybe squeak into the playoffs, but they're not going to score much.
and then lose to someone dumb.
Yeah, like I don't know, Blake
I
Bortles.
mean, honestly, I think
Who's
how
Blake
many
Bortles
games
this
do
year,
we
though?
think they start Herbert?
I think Herbert rides the bench all year because he's a project, is what a lot of people
Yeah,
are
that's
saying about
true.
him. He's still
is.
very raw.
He is very much a project.
He's got some fundamentals he's got to work on.
Hmm.
So I don't know. We might see him later in the season if they're struggling. If they're like 5-8, like fucking throw him in there. See
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
So
Who's calling me? The fuck?
It-
I think I almost said San Diego. Los Angeles looked all right their first game.
yeah, not again. I see him as like Grant was saying last week, like 8-8, 7-9, something like that.
Yeah,
See,
the
7-9.
usual Chargers.
They're
Really.
high floor, low ceiling. So
I think Herbert might pull off a Lamar Jackson in the sense that he comes in when, or if, not when, but if Tyrod Taylor gets hurt, then they keep him in and keep Tyrod on the bench. I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, not really sure what to think about this team. I think they're gonna just be middle of the road. So, but yeah, what do we think about the Bengals? Joe Burrow looked good. I unfortunately didn't get to
That's
see this
about it.
game.
Yeah, that's really about it.
Joe Mixon ran for 69 yards. Nice.
but also
Um,
had like 19 carries. That
Yeah.
really much.
Well, and before the
New
bad
contract, too.
before the bad kick that ended the game for him, AJ Green had a catch in the end zone and had to do offensive pass interference to make it happen.
Yep, he had to
Yeah.
shut off the defender there.
Yeah. And that's what set up the missed field goal. So
Good
I
old
picked the
Bengals.
Chargers, and I'm a Chargers fan, and I felt bad.
No team is
You're
better
kidding
at
me.
shooting themselves in the foot than the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the shooting right in the calf.
Yeah.
Just-
The right calf though. Or actually, I'm sorry, the left calf.
my
yeah, the
leg.
calf.
My leg. So, is that all we have to say about that game?
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Not much.
Another really, really good game I got to watch was the Cardinals beat the 49ers
Yes.
24-20.
How about
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did.
That was a very good game. Both defenses showed up to play, and Kyler Murray really showed why he is the next big thing in that game.
Yeah.
My favorite
their
play
new
from that
weapons.
was in the second half before halftime when I think it was Hopkins caught a ball in the flat and Fitz ran over and grabbed the ball and like ran across to midfield
yeah,
and
yeah,
give it to
yeah.
the center so they could spike the ball and get the next play off real quick. And I was
That's
like, oh, I
great
love
teamwork.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
King shit.
What a
So-
debut for Hopkins, though. For
Yeah,
this new
what
team.
a game by Hopkins.
14 for 151 yards.
Yeah.
Another thing in that game was George Kittle's knee doing
Oh
Doing
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Kind of hyperextended a little
holy
bit, but
shit. I thought his knee was completely fucked.
he luckily got hit like
Yeah.
straight on, so he just kind of
Yeah.
like flexed it rather than got hit in the side, tore an ACL or something.
Oh god,
Um,
that made me cringe.
I know. I was gonna be bummed if Kittle was
Yeah.
out week 1, but luckily he came back for the second half. So
Yeah, it was a pretty shitty throw by Jimmy G, but
yeah,
Jimmy G's
So he left him out high
Yeah.
to dry. And he took
Yeah.
a pretty nasty hit. He played through it, though.
yeah. Well, he went to the locker room for a bit and then came back in the third, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was before halftime, and then
Yeah.
one of the reporters was saying that she ran into George Kittle and he like gave her the thumbs up or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm fine. It's kind of hurting. So
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing more serious, but
Yeah, wish nothing but the best for that. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite players personally.
Yeah.
The
even though
energetic
I
player.
don't like the 49ers very much, but I love George Kittle. So
We can
Yeah.
agree on something.
yeah.
Man, I am so glad Arizona won.
Oh, same.
I would have
was rooting for 'em.
been so sad.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, hey, cool. Cardinals beat a good team. And then part of me is like, oh, 49ers are dumb.
I'm just glad they beat the 49ers.
Yeah. I think next week is going to be the real sign of how good either of these teams are because they played each other super close last week. And the 49ers playing the Jets. So
Oh, that's going to be
if
crazy.
they're
That's
if
gonna be a
they're
curve.
not, yeah, if hopefully this team, well, not maybe hopefully is not the return we're looking for, but if we're gonna see if this team is still, ready to go, they need to go out and stomp the Jets next week because them against the Seahawks and Cardinals is not very telling of how good they are because they stomped everybody else except both of them last year. So, and same
And the
thing with the
Ravens.
Cardinals. The Cardinals somehow played the 49ers ultra close last year and then managed to beat them this year. So we will definitely see what both of those teams are made
And I
of.
think that's another thing with the NFC West. It's kind of like the South. They play each other so close and so rough.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a
So-
very tough conference to win this year.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get to that later when we talk about the Rams and the Cowboys.
We could skip that one if you guys want.
I know. You don't get a Vikings game. You don't get a.
Yeah. So Cardinals pulled off the big upset. Or I didn't even say upset. It was a game that Jesse and I picked them to win. So actually, no, I think the majority of us picked them to win.
It was 3 out of 5.
Yeah. So hats off to them. Next up, the game of the week that we all said kind of ended up being not very good.
Yeah.
The Saints beat the Buccaneers 34-23.
I am not
Man.
surprised at all.
Brady looked
Bad.
interesting out there.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say bad. It just wasn't good.
Yeah.
That team is
Dude,
bound to
I mean,
go.
Threw a
8-8.
pick six again, guys.
Again, yeah, he did.
The one thing I will say, it is funny how they have like a bunch of really good Pro Bowl receivers, and he just kept throwing it to the short white guy.
course he did.
I guess he
He's
forgot
sick.
that he has actual receiving talent.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was until
I'm-
halfway through the game.
Yeah, I'm not going to condemn the Buccaneers for this because the Saints are one of the best teams in the league, and they came in knowing they were going to have to be in a shootout. When, like, what a lot of people are saying is that if this Buccaneers team can just not turn the ball over 3 times a game, they can win games. And luckily, they didn't turn it over 3 times. They only turned it over twice, but they still lost. So,
I still believe they're bound for 8-8. I don't see them winning at 9.
yeah,
Oof.
we'll find out
Once
next week
Tampa-
if they were just like still feeling themselves out or if this is
Where
a
are they
team that's
playing?
been way overhyped. Next week they're playing the Panthers at home.
Yeah, Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think with Tampa, I think it'll take them some time. They're gonna get Brady. They gotta learn a new team for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah,
And then of course without the preseason, that's an excuse for like all the teams, but not a lot of preseason. Brady's at a new team for the first time in 2 decades. Gronk and Brady are both like 60. And I'm kind of with Jack here. I feel like Tampa won't go more than 8-8. It seems like
Yeah.
They
they're-
have to do a big turnaround if they want to go any more than that. Like start
Yeah.
making explosive plays, cut down on the mistakes.
oh
I
yeah.
don't know. Somewhere James
then-
Winston is screaming, "I wasn't the problem."
There was that really good tweet that Rich Eisen made where he was like Jameis Winston on the sideline watching that pick 6 thinking
Yeah.
I could have done that.
Yeah. You could have done that better.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's funny because looking at the Saints, their stats really aren't even that good. Breeze only threw for 160 yards. Taysom Hill threw 138-yard pass, and their leading rusher had 48 yards. Alvin Kamara rushed 12 times for 13 yards.
Really?
How did they win that game? Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
exactly.
Wait,
I don't know.
what the hell?
Breeze
Well,
threw
the
2
pick six
touchdowns.
helped
There
too.
was the pick
Yeah.
6. And
He also ran.
Kamara ran for 1. What the fuck? How did they win this game?
Well, the pick six helped.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
the other
Like, if you-
interception.
Because if you think about it, if you switch the pick six for a Bucks touchdown, they win 30-27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that really was the game changing thing. It is just hilarious how it was like, oh yeah, if they just don't get Jameis Winston in there, like they'll win. And then the new quarterbacks, they're on pick sixes too.
Michael Thomas only had 3 catches for 17 yards in that game, and that was before he got
Well,
injured.
he did have that, but he also got a high ankle injury.
Yep. He's looking like he's gonna miss next week.
Yeah. So he had more ankle injuries than touchdowns this week.
The injuries were-
Holy shit.
Wow.
Probably gonna
Am
Jesus.
I wrong?
Bad.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Damn.
It's just
Man.
That is very sad.
no. In real, I hope he gets well soon because Michael Thomas is a fucking awesome receiver.
He's an amazing receiver, yeah.
He's probably
Hate
gonna
him 'cause
miss
he
more
doesn't get on
weeks than receptions he had in this game.
So,
Since we're doing Matt,
Yeah, let's,
shall we address the elephant in the room?
yeah, let's give him more pain.
the Rams.
Fucking Cowboys.
I don't know what to say about this one. It's just the Rams.
How did they lose the game? I want to know.
The ref.
Same shit as always.
Honestly,
Well, yeah, the refs late in the game.
The refs were awful.
How about them Cowboys, eh?
Never mind the refs. Fucking Dak Prescott on the last third and fourth down they have, absolutely needing a completion, just fucking airmails both of them to nobody. Both
Yeah.
times it looked like he was just throwing the ball away. It's like
He
he
said-
forgot that if you don't get a pass here, you lose.
He said, fuck it. Whoever gets the ball gets
He
it.
channeled his inner Jared Goff.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, they
Okay.
switched teams for that game.
So maybe it's just week one. Maybe this is a team still trying to get on the page with their first new head coach in like a decade. But how did this year's Cowboys look fucking identical to last year's Cowboys in every single game against a winning team?
Man, they're gonna go 0-5 the first 5
How
games. He's gonna be like, how the
Do you
fuck?
have your quarterback throw for 266 yards, your leading rusher rushes for 96, and your other two guys run for a total of 40? You
was on
have
22
no
too.
turnovers, and you only score 17 points.
Yeah,
Holy
I don't know.
Yeah.
impressively bad.
Like, what the fuck? I never want to hear anybody defend Dak Prescott, but "Ooh, he threw the most yards out of anybody." Yeah, how many times did those yards get turned into fucking points?
Never changed.
I think that's the thing with Dak. It's like this man wants $40 million. He
To airmail passes on fourth down.
yeah. Like, come on.
And the
just
thing with this
baffles
is
me.
like,
Oh
I
my
want
God.
Dak Prescott to be good. I don't hate Dak Prescott.
He
I
is
think
good.
he can be a really good quarterback, but he's just fucking Jay Cutler. He's just the new Jay Cutler. He puts up gaudy
Wow.
numbers and he doesn't win.
Oh, it's so accurate.
You know, that's very accurate. Holy
That's
shit.
another
only thing is his
quarterback with a
attitude's
poor
less shitty than
commercial
Jay
to
Cutler.
wins ratio.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
At least on
it's the quarterbacks of my two favorite teams.
well, you're not wrong.
At least on the Rams side of things, the reason they were able to score points was in a way most people didn't expect. They had a new running back in the name of Malcolm Brown, scored
Yeah.
2 touchdowns in that game.
And I'm,
Yep.
I'm
On
trying
Gurley
not to
Who?
lose my mind too much about this because I don't know how good the Rams are. Because on paper, the Rams should be good.
They
Um,
look pretty good to me.
yeah,
Well,
they look solid. But
Jared Goff.
17 points. That's all you could come up with.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and I mean, Robert Woods had a hell of a game.
Yeah. Did you guys see that play of Aaron Donald running through 3
Oh,
guys?
yeah,
Dak
Yeah.
Prescott.
Elliott,
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott.
One
Jesus
dude gave
Christ.
up.
Fucking
One dude just
awesome.
gave up on it.
Aaron Darnold is not a human.
I'd
Aaron
give up
Donald.
to
Shut up. Fuck.
Yeah,
My brain's
we'll see. Who are the fucking Cowboys playing next week? I'm really hoping it was just a week 1 thing, but they're
Oh,
playing the
it's not.
Falcons. Okay, next week is okay because the Cowboys and Falcons are both really good at being shitty. So next week will really be the telling sign of like which of these teams is actually good or which one is not. So
This October 4th matchup between the Browns and the Cowboys. That's going to be that's your game.
That's a rough game right
Oh,
there. That's like
I
a
can't
0-0
wait.
tie.
I can't wait.
I think we have 2 more games to wrap up for week 1.
Oh yeah, the Monday night game, which I did not watch like any of.
I watched both games. So.
Yeah, I watched the majority of both of them. I will say this: a perfect amalgamation of Daniel Jones was when they were down. I think it's like 16-6 or something like that, and they were driving. Or no, they were down 16-10, and they drove down the field. It was this long, like 14 play drive, and I was like, dude, I'm finally seeing what people see in Daniel Jones, like. Because he made a bunch of really good passes. Dude would scramble and dive for first downs. I was like, now I get why this team and why this fans love him. And then they got down into the red zone. And he's chased out of the pocket to the left. And instead of, going out of bounds or throwing it away on like second down, he fucking throws a wounded duck into a crowd of Steelers for a goal line interception. And I was like,
no.
yeah. Now I see why Brett Coleman called him just another Jameis Winston.
That was a
lot
defensive
of fucking brilliance followed by a moment of what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Remember when I said that Danny Dimes was going to have a good year? I lied.
Oh,
How about Saquon though?
And the
Not
thing
a
is,
good game at all.
Steelers didn't get away
Yeah.
in that game either.
Didn't-
They made some
Didn't
mistakes.
wait. Didn't Big Ben outrush Saquon Barkley?
Saquon
Yeah,
Barkley
Barkley
had
was
15
That is
carries for 6 yards.
Hilarious. Oh my god!
And what was funny is like he had 2 or 3 really good runs where he hurdled a
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And then he like the next play it would give it to him and he would get tackled 7 yards in the backfield.
Yeah.
Just wipe it out.
So
Granted, the
I
Giants
gotta-
don't have an offensive line,
Yeah.
but
I gotta add, Big Ben's rushing. His longest run was 11 yards.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah. can't call him
Big Ben
Captain
looked all right. The
anymore.
Giants defense
Yeah.
looked pretty solid tonight too. I'll give
I
them
think
that.
that
Yesterday night.
going to carry the Steelers. Because
Yeah.
you look at all the playmakers they have on defense: Bud Dupree, Bush, Minka Fitzpatrick, T.J. Watt. I could go on.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It was a good game. The Giants, like really for most of the game, controlled the Steelers' offense. And then Benny Snell ended up running for 113 yards. So it was a solid game. I think the Giants are a little better than the credit I've given them. And like I was saying, I finally saw why people really like Daniel Jones. Just don't make stupid passes like that, though.
Very true.
He pretty much is just a white Jameis Winston. So
Yeah.
they basically, when they drafted Daniel Jones, they're basically just got Eli Manning but younger. So occasional brilliance followed by head
Not
scratching
even-
stupidity.
2 rings.
Like not even young Eli. They got current Eli, just younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even then, I mean, like the first year of the first Giants Super Bowl with Eli, he had the most interceptions, like out of everybody in the playoffs, and I think like third most in the entire league.
Incredible. That is the most Eli Manning stat ever.
Yeah,
Let's go,
So.
Eli.
Daniel Jones is weird.
He is.
And then wrapping up the final game, that went very late into the night. The Titans beat the Broncos 16-14 in a really really entertaining defensive game.
Man, okay.
Well,
Even Goskowski.
Yeah,
Three
he,
field goals.
He straight up didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
Well, you're also forgetting he missed an extra point too.
Oh, did he? Oh,
But
he missed 2
one
field
of
goals
those-
with an extra point.
one of those field goals was blocked. But yeah.
oh, okay. That makes
So
sense.
I was nervous when after the third missed field goal, and then the Titans finally scored again, and then he misses the extra point, and I was like, Vrabel's gonna kill that guy. And I was like, whatever, the Titans defense has been good all night. All they have to do is just not let the Broncos score. Guess what happened? The Broncos went down the field and scored a touchdown and made the extra point, and I was like, well, this is gonna be interesting. And everybody thought they were just going to go for it on fourth down or whatever. They got down to got down into field goal range. Vrabel made the call to let Gostkowski kick, and he actually made it. So I was happy for him about that.
What a gutsy call.
Yeah.
After your kicker has missed multiple field goals and an extra point, and you're like, this is the game-winning play. Go do it again.
Yeah.
And he drilled it. It was like barely.
Yeah.
It was a good kick.
Yep. Yeah, it was a gutsy play. It was a game that they have to win too, because both of these teams could be wild card teams this year. So you can't give up a win to the Broncos when down the line this season, you could be looking at a tiebreaker against this team. So,
I didn't see much. I think you're just about to say Drew Lock. So how did he do?
He played all right. 22 for 33, 216 yards and a touchdown. So a lot of what people were saying about him last year. He took care of the ball. He didn't fuck up at all. He's a little conservative at times, but Drew Lock looked pretty solid.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the Broncos actually have a solid defense solid offense for the first time since Peyton Manning retired. So it might be a playoff team.
Their offense wasn't that good because Peyton at the end of his career was.
Oh yeah, that was a team that was carried by the defense.
Oh yeah.
Tannehill had, I think, 2 interceptions that were pulled off the board from penalties.
Oh
he played all right. I was gonna say, I was like, he played a little sloppy, but the Broncos defense is still really good as always. So
yep.
Derrick Henry had 31 carries for 116 yards.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Welcome back, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I think the Titans are still going to be pretty damn good. This was just 2 really good defenses running into 2 solid offenses. So it was a good old school game. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
Would be a really good playoff rematch if we get that.
Oh yeah.
That's a wrap.
We might have one quarterback by then too.
Yeah. Oh, and one last stat before we head off into Pick'ems. From Darren Ravel, Stephen Gostkowski began the game as the 5th most accurate kicker of all time, and then before his game-winning field goal, he ended as he was the 9th most accurate. So, yeah. So, saved his job though by making the game-winning one, because if he didn't, he was 100% getting cut. So.
Yeah.
On the hot seat, though.
Yep. And that was week 1 of the NFL. Week 1, we were very mixed on pick'ems. Jesse won the week at 12-5. Garrett and Jack were both 11-6. I was 10-7, and then Grant at a paltry 8-9. So did a great job. Lost his lock. Proud of him. Everybody make fun of Grant.
Wow.
So let's move into Week 2 pick'ems.
Go.
So we're starting off the week with a humdinger. Bengals Browns.
Real crapshoot.
What do we think?
Never win for Trevor, baby. This is a lose-lose. I really wish it would be like a tie, but
I'm tempted to say a tie again.
It could be a tie.
I think the Browns are decent enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the
Bite me in
Browns.
the ass, but
I'm gonna pick the Browns in this game because I feel like the Bengals defense will keep the game close enough.
Yeah,
but I feel like the Browns will do just good enough to win the game. So that's my pick, the Browns.
I'm gonna agree with that. I just think Browns offense is gonna come together finally. Defense is gonna do something. It'll be enough to hold back the Bengals. It's gonna be a close game.
So I'm going to confidently Bengals.
Oh, I thought you were gonna lock him for a second.
Oh, no, hell no! I'm not that
Oh,
stupid.
fuck.
Oh, no, hell no! I'm not that stupid.
fuck.
But I have confidence, especially after watching the game last on Sunday. I have
Yeah.
confidence in the Bengals.
Sure.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bad.
I did
bad
say,
thing to do,
and I
but
quote,
here I
never
am.
put any hope in the Bengals. So
Yeah.
Well, here I am. I put hope in the Jags last week. I can do it this week. Come on.
They are two different teams.
dude,
One's the Bengals, one's the Jags.
I have absolutely no idea how to call this one.
Yeah, you're a
Because
fan of both teams.
Unfortunately.
Go Ohio. I don't know.
my body hurts right now.
I think Ohio State wins this game.
Yeah. The second and third best football teams in Ohio face off. The Browns on paper should be better, but the Bengals played way better, but they also played a team that's not nearly as good. Fuck it, Browns.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna have another week where Jesse picks one by himself.
I'm the
boy.
lone
Well,
one here.
Jack
All
still
right.
has to
I'm
pick
okay with
too.
it.
Oh, I didn't know Jack didn't pick you.
What?
So the Browns are going
What?
15-1.
Oh, Jack got the
Yeah.
Browns.
Oh, did you say Browns? I didn't hear.
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so Jesse's gonna have another week where he picks
All right,
one by
well,
himself.
I'm tempted
have
to
super
switch,
break?
but the only other game that the only other two games that I picked with Jesse, we lost. So
Oof.
Fair.
Jesse's magic only works when it's only him. So then after that, we've got another humdinger. Everybody, it's the Giants and the Bears.
Oh.
I don't know.
God, this is even worse somehow.
This is the football equivalent of throwing up in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I
Can we just, can they... Oh, I don't even know what to say after hearing that.
I'm just gonna roll out and say Bears. That's my pick. No reasoning, just Bears.
Yep. Chicago will start the season 2-0.
And then they'll lose the next...
Lose the next 8.
Yeah.
Mitch
So
Trubisky,
I'm Bears.
Mitch Trubisky was drafted before Patrick Mahomes for a reason. I'm going with Bears.
All right.
Man.
This is such a... Fuck.
I don't know.
this
Can I
sucks.
predict a tie again? Like,
This just sucks.
oh,
It isn't even gonna be good. It's got Daniel Jones and fucking Mitch Trubisky as the
Oh.
starting QBs.
I think you want to watch this game because of that. Like,
Oh
'cause
my God.
they're both
Honestly,
teams with good
this is a
defense
great.
or solid defenses.
There will be at least 5 interceptions this game.
it's gonna be like watching Mark Sanchez in his prime. Like, it's not pretty, but but it's must-watch TV.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna pick the Bears because their defense. And yeah, sure.
well, that leaves just Jesse and I.
Huh?
Fuck
Oh,
it. Oh, you said the Bears? God damn it! I keep
Yeah.
missing them. You know what? Fuck it. Giants.
Wow.
Let's go.
All right.
I
Jesse
can't
here.
stand the Giants, but they're gonna win. So, fuck. I gotta remember what my locks were. I know one of them's gonna get stolen. Next up, though, we've got Rams and Eagles.
This one also sucks. Jesus
No.
Christ, 3 in a row.
I'm gonna lead off once again, and I'm gonna say Rams because Aaron Donald versus that terrible offensive
Yeah.
line of the
Yeah.
Eagles is gonna be a treat.
I think
I was
I'm
gonna say
gonna
the
have to go
same
with. I'm gonna go Rams as well. I don't know. There's no way.
I'm gonna go with Rams. Yeah.
The whole Eagles offense is wounded right now, and I think Carson Wentz is going to get murdered. So I'm going with the Rams.
As much as I want to be contrarian, I have to go with the Rams also.
Mm-hmm.
So all 5 of us. And when I ask Grant, he'll probably say the same thing. All right, next up, the battle of the 2 best shitty teams. It's Falcons Cowboys.
Ooh.
All right, you
can't
guys
lose
go
this
first.
one,
I'm gonna do my coin flip.
The Falcons, the Cowboys can't lose this one, right? Right? Right?
You say that.
I'm going with the Falcons on this
God,
one.
I have no hope in either of these teams.
Same.
I-
With
I-
the Falcons.
I think
I as well am gonna go with the Falcons.
I'm gonna be contrarian, as Matt likes to say, and I'm gonna go with Cowboys.
Does that mean he rides horses?
Yeah,
I grew up with horses, so
he's a
All right.
horse girl. Matt's
All right.
a horse boy.
I am.
Okay, I did my coin flip. I picked the Cowboys. I will also join Jack on this.
Man,
Pain.
Cowboys.
It was such
I'm
a
not giving
sad
up on.
You
pick.
sounded
I'm
so
not giving
sad
up on
about
him
that.
yet. I'm saying that because I know I'm probably going to lose that pick. So, this is a game that I really didn't expect to be as hard to pick. Panthers, Bucks.
Fuck.
Another rivalry game for Brady.
Because you have the Panthers exceeded expectations, and the Buccaneers were a bit of a disappointment.
This is a battle third, and
That's what I'm impressed by the Panthers, so I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this. I hope they can do what they did in Week 1.
I'm gonna say Buccaneers.
I'm also gonna say Bucks, because I like being wrong.
I'm gonna go with Garrett. I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Garrett.
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a
Like
minute.
Jag. The other one. Panthers.
Wow. Do you have a
Bridgewater.
I'm gonna take the Bucks on this one. I think they'll get off the mat for this game. So,
Yeah.
All right. 49ers, Jets. Should I just pencil us all in for 49ers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I lock? I'm gonna lock it.
Should our picks for this game just be how many points they win by?
We're picking against the spread this week. Yeah, I knew Jack was going to steal the 49ers lock from me. So,
Get
twice in a
fucked,
row.
idiots.
Is anybody going to take the Jets?
Absolutely not.
You would be stupid to pick the Jets.
No.
Yeah.
The
Frank
Jets are gonna
Gore.
win one game, and that's it.
So yeah, Niners
gonna be the
across
Patriots.
board. So next up, Broncos, Steelers.
Ooh,
Oh man, that's a
I'm going with the Steelers on this.
It's a spicy meatball.
yeah. I'm gonna go with
They're gonna
Steelers.
get better.
Um,
They're gonna get a whole lot better.
man.
For a second, when I read that, I was like, "Didn't the game already happen?" But
Yeah, that's
they,
what I
Yeah.
thought.
they played back to back, so I got all
It's
confused.
like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos because Drew Lock.
I'm
You know
picking.
what? Yeah, I'm gonna change the pick. I'm gonna go with Denver. I think Drew Lock balls out.
I picked
Yeah.
the Steelers. I'm gonna pick the Steelers in
I
this
think the Steelers' defense is dominant right now, and it's only gonna
Yeah.
get better.
Drew
I'm gonna
Lock
go.
tear that ass up. Big Dick Drew over here.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Steelers also. So.
Hey,
Oh, okay. Bye,
Nope.
Jag.
okay.
Let's see.
Oh wait. Oh, no, that wasn't even
Who's
Jag. That
Garrett?
was Garrett.
Garrett.
Wow, you guys are.
I just
Wait, it was
assumed it was
Drew.
Jag because it dropped.
Same, honestly.
Oh yeah, Jack.
I had to switch computers.
All right. Next up, Jaguars, Titans.
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 Well, that was fast.
Yep.
I feel like Garrett's going to be the wild card in this one.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
That means he's the wild card.
I'm going to take the Titans as well.
I'm gonna pick the Jaguars, not because they've been. I mean, they've been statistically bad against the Titans, but man, I hope they ride that momentum train to another win here.
Yeah, but the Titans also have momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a 1 out of 3 kicks that field
I think
goals that
because
were
of that,
made.
I
That's
want to
true.
get off the Tana thrill.
I'm gonna go
I mean,
with the Titans.
unless they give the ball to Derrick Henry every play, Jags. I
Which
think
they will.
run for their money.
They will.
I mean, that's kind of their play call. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole offense.
hmm It's Derrick Henry.
Tannehill is just there for show.
Yeah. They have to have
Never
somebody
say
under
that.
center, so Tannehill's there.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Lions, Packers.
I'm gonna lock the Packers right
God,
here.
you son of a bitch.
Can I
Somebody else
not-
stole my lock.
Can I not pick this game?
You
Can
get
I
a tie.
just go void?
Just pick a
This
tie.
game-
I mean, I'm gonna go with Packers because, duh.
Because
You know what's gonna happen? I bet your ass it's gonna be a close ass game. It's gonna be like 24-23 heading into 2 minutes with the Lions with the ball on the
They lose the same
Packers,
way.
And
40.
DeAndre Swift drops a game-winning touchdown.
It's about last play of the game. Fucking Pat Stafford fucking chucks it down the field. Motherfucker catches it. Flag comes down. Offensive pass interference. That's how it ends.
So I'm assuming you're picking the Packers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because that's what happens all the time with the Packers versus Lions.
Garrett, anything to say?
I'm just gonna bandwagon off of this one. I'm picking the Packers.
I'm so tempted to be contrarian, but I
Yeah.
really can't put faith in the Lions.
You really can't.
I don't think
Yeah,
Lions
Packers.
fans can.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Well, we'll
I mean, I
talk to Noah
changed
on
Noah's
that.
role to the Motor City Shitty Kitties, and he has not objected to it yet. So,
They have been shitty for a long time.
And they are kitties.
I believe what the last noon game or 1 p.m. game, whatever time zone we were in, Vikings Colts.
It's not the
what do we
last one.
think, everybody? I'll come back to the other one. So,
I'm gonna go with the Vikings because I don't trust the Colts enough.
You know, last time I picked the Vikings, we lost. But
I'm gonna pick the Colts.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Vikings just because I don't have a reason.
Fuck.
I'm gonna hop on the Colts. So, you guys already called me a horse girl, so might as well just reinforce it.
Jesus.
I didn't pick the Broncos though. Maybe I got to change that pick. So, Jeg, what do you think?
I think I gotta pick the Colts here. Just because I don't think the Vikings are a solid team, completely put together yet. It's gonna take a little bit of time.
All right,
Yeah.
back-to-back weeks where the Colts are the majority vote.
Yep.
For some reason.
Damn it.
I'll let this train pass real quick.
Choo choo. Chugga 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 chugga. Choo choo.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Then we got Bills Dolphins.
Bills.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills too.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bills as well.
I'm gonna lock the Bills.
Really?
Let's hope that Josh
Wow,
Allen doesn't
okay.
get injured. If he does, I'm going to kill myself.
Josh
And he's
Allen.
the
can't
only
possibly
Josh
get injured,
quarterback
right?
I have on my team.
I know you have Josh McCown.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he's not playing right now.
All right, Jag, what's your pick? What are you picking?
Dolphins.
Ooh.
Oh,
Gotta
I'm
be,
gonna join Jag. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins.
what the heck?
Division games are weird.
It's magic.
I mean, the
That's what
division
it comes
games are
down to.
weird, and they're running Josh Allen every play. They're gonna break him.
They do. I'm going to fucking throw myself out of the window.
Like,
Make sure
onto
there's a
the
table at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
It's a flaming table.
Yeah.
Like tax and shit on it.
All right.
Fuck, that was a horrible pick.
God, I hate
I'm going to
it.
stick with it.
Yeah. All right. How about this humdinger of a game? We all said I should switch Washington's pick to 16-0, but they're playing the Cardinals.
Both teams we
Well,
didn't
I-
expect to be 1-0 after we.
I am locking Arizona.
Ooh, all right.
I'm picking Cardinals.
It's going to be Cardinals.
Cardinals, baby.
I don't see the Cardinals losing this game. If they
Are
do,
y'all taking
holy
the Cardinals?
shit. I think so.
I think Washington's defense can be kind of stout, but I think the Cardinals are just too
That
good.
offense is
I just think Pecorino's too good right now. That's all I gotta say. So
not a hockey podcast. No one knows what you're talking about. Granted, no one watches, but
Burger King foot lettuce.
oh, come
Number 15.
Oh, come Lord. All
All
right.
right, next game.
This should be a good game. Ravens Texans.
Ravens.
I
Not
like how
even
the
close.
I like how the Texans got the shit out of the stick for this season to start off.
Yeah,
They got the Ravens and the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, what a back-to-back.
It's gonna be Ravens.
It's not going to be close this year. RG3 got some playing time last time these two teams played. It's going to be Ravens.
I'm going to go Ravens.
Same.
I don't think there's a scenario where Houston can pull this off.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
picking
it is.
Anybody
Somewhere.
want to disagree with that?
I'm picking Ravens.
Jack? Ravens?
What? I said Ravens.
I hadn't marked it down yet.
You stupid.
Shut up. Next up, we've got the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Division battle.
It's not going to be close. It's going to be the Chiefs by like 20.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Chiefs, yeah.
Not by 20, but Chiefs. It's going to be a close game.
I feel like it would be closer if they had a quarterback who would throw the ball.
Yeah, if it wasn't Tyrod, I'd say it'd be
Just
closer.
like make sure nobody else gets the ball. He just plays keep away by himself.
Yeah.
It's going to be run first.
So we'll see. I could be wrong, but I probably won't be. So yeah, I think it'd be dumb to go against the Chiefs for that one.
Mm-hmm.
A game I'm really looking forward to. Patriots Seahawks.
I'm gonna lock this one up with the Seahawks.
Ooh, spicy.
I'm gonna.
I feel like we're gonna see the Cam Newton we saw the last time he played with the Panthers, and he's gonna crumble.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I think Cam is gonna play the exact same game he played Sunday, and they're gonna get crushed.
Yep.
Seahawks defense is a little crusty, but I think they're going to come through. I'm going with Seattle.
I'm gonna take the Patriots. So
Wow.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take the Pats. So I was thinking about it, but all four of you guys picked the Seahawks, and I was like, "Fuck it." I think Bill Belichick knows what he's doing. So
Sure.
I think Bill Belichick can out football Pete Carroll. So
I mean, he can.
Can.
We've already proved that.
Can Cam do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see why not.
I don't know
So-
about Cam, but
Mm-hmm.
Cam.
So we'll see. We will see. And the final game of the week, one that probably going to be better than I think any of us would have assumed. Saints Raiders.
this is going to be my
Raiders
upset
opening up
pick. I'm
their
going with
stadium.
Raiders.
Ooh,
I'm tempted to.
Spicy.
But I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna pick the Saints.
It'll be close, but it's going to be the Saints. It'll be around like a score or two, touchdown or.
Matt
Yeah.
pick.
As badly as I want to pick the Raiders, I got to go with the Saints.
Saints just too good.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go Vegas. Roll on the dice, as they would say.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say depending on how the Panthers play the Buccaneers, we might get a measure of like how good the Raiders actually are. So
Oh yeah, they're both playing the teams. Yeah, wait a minute.
yeah, they just swapped opponents.
Yeah.
So all right, so that is our week 2 picks. Garrett locked the Seahawks, Jack locked the 49ers, Jag locked the Packers, Jesse locked the Cardinals, and I locked the Bills. I'll get Grant's picks from him. I'll put them in the description of the video. Yeah. Any closing
football.
thoughts, you guys?
This will
Football.
be the first football game at the Raiders' new stadium.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
This will be the Chargers' first game at SoFi.
Yep.
And they'll have the same number of fans in the stands as they would any normal
Yeah.
home game.
Goddamn right.
They've
And
been
then
They're used
That's-
to this by now.
about it.
I'm
So-
really looking forward to the Seahawks-Patriots matchup. I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh, yeah. What do we? Yeah, that's
Um,
gonna be one of the better games of the week. What
I
else?
think my favorite. I think the game I'm looking the most forward to is that Monday night game.
Oh, Saints Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I'm really looking forward to. I can't believe I'm saying this. A Thursday night Bengals Browns game, just because the sentence sounds as crazy to me as it does to you. We're gonna see if the Browns are for real.
Yeah.
Can you beat your shitty? I mean, the Bengals, they look better with Joe Burrow, but they only put up 16 or 13 points. Can
Browns
you
only
beat,
put up 6.
yeah, can you get back on track and stomp your division rival and prove that you should be in the wild card round?
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I think
If they lose this game, I have no faith in the Browns for the rest of the season.
I agree.
That's a record.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to win. They need to show up.
I'm looking forward to the Giants and the Bears game.
Hell yeah, brother.
Interceptions, defense. Let's go.
Mitchell Trubisky.
God,
Pick
I
sixes
don't.
every drive.
I feel like
I don't-
Khalil Mack is going to sack Daniel Jones and just ragdoll the fuck out of him.
I want to watch the Packers versus Lions games just to see how the Lions lose this time.
Yeah.
I am
Honestly,
excited.
same. Yeah.
Oh, one thing I also wanted to say after I was watching the Cardinals is one of my favorite thing about Kyler Murray is because of how small he is. Whenever he gets sacked, it just looks so violent. Fucking slung. Like he just ragdolls super hard.
Brutal.
So, well, I think we can wrap it up there. Those are our week 2 picks. Any closing thoughts, you guys?
Football.
Skull Vikings.
Yeah, football. Yeah, football.
Yeah.
Football.
Butter football.
Buttery football. Cover me in butter and play football with me.
Jag, do you have any social
Alright.
media you want to plug?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow Jag nowhere.
Yeah.
This has been Oofsides. I'm your host, Matthew Steelman, here with Garrett Sidnor, Jesse Dalton, Alex Jeg Sufert, and Jack Healy, and we will see you next time.
Fuck off, Jack.
Both of them.
Yeah, you better,
Both of you. Fuck out of here.
better
Rick.
add that burp to the end of it.
Fuck out.